And hello, Miss Rosamund. Nice to see you again. And a big, big, big
Nice to see
congrats on your Golden
you.
Globe nomination for I Care a Lot. And I love the film. It's a twisted and frightening but highly entertaining cautionary tale on greed.
Thank you. And it looks like you're training to work for my company, Guardian
Grayson
Guardianship.
Industries. That's
You've
right.
got a wall of potential victims behind you, Manny. What are you thinking?
I have lots of them. When you first saw the script of Jay Blakeson, what did you think? And was that the reason you joined the project?
Yes, I mean, the scripts like this don't come along very often. And I wrote to Jay, I just said, look, this is hands down the best thing I've read in a long time. Very rarely does a script, I'm just in utter admiration of it, of the idea. I'm jealous of the idea. I think if anybody else just heard about the idea, they'd think, darn, I wish I'd thought of that. And I just said, whatever happens to this, I've just got to take my hat off to you. I'm not that was a bit, we weren't even talking about me being in it. I just wanted to write and tell him that I thought it was brilliantly written.
Wow. Now, let's talk about your delicious and layered character, Marla Grayson. She's a lioness who doesn't take no for an answer in her quest to find her next cherry, right? Is that how you'll describe her?
Well, I think you put it much more succinctly and eloquently than I do. Yes, a cherry for Marla is an elderly person who is still in very good health, reasonable health, but who a slightly crooked doctor could deem and declare to be starting to struggle. So then she can request a court hearing, and Marla can be appointed the legal guardian of this person. Because the doctor can twist the tale to say the person is no longer able to cope on their own, and Marla becomes the legal guardian. At which point she takes over their assets, their life choices, their independence, generally moves them into a care home, paying herself $600 an hour, and slowly starts to sell off her assets. And in a Marla's ideal world, these people would live a good few years, and she would slowly strip away everything they've had. I mean, it's a terrible scheme. It's also, dazzlingly clever in how she's engineered it to be so watertight legally and sort of bureaucratically. So it's horrifying, but in a way, the real target of the film's satire is the system, which is set up for people like Marla to win. So Marla is a very uncommon character for a woman because she's got the qualities of Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Wolf of Wall Street. She's having fun, getting rich at other people's expense. She's ruthless, she's ambitious, she wants to win, she's got very little morality. It's interesting.
You're right. And I love this thing you do in the movie, by the way. After you make a factual statement, then you flash this nice smile. I mean, that smile kills everyone, I think. The nuance. Is that part of how you attack the character?
Yes, it was interesting. Marla's smile became one of her best weapons because she can make that smile ice cold, or she can make it genuinely warm and comforting to her potential victims. And then, of course, there's the interesting part where she loses a tooth, which is, for someone whose smile is their currency, losing a tooth is a serious problem. So we see her, spend for the amount of stuff that's at stake at that point of the film, the fact that she takes time out to go to a dentist, is perhaps surprising, but she does.
You're right. Thank you for pointing that out. Well, a big, big, big congrats again on I Care a Lot, Miss Rosamund. I care a lot for the movie, and it makes me afraid to grow old now more than ever.
Well, sure, we're all afraid to grow old, Manny, but yes, hopefully this will shed light, and the Marla Graysons of this world will be ushered out and make their exit.
Aw, thank you again, and congrats on everything as always.